Hello, I am Vihan Hiremat. Today I am going to tell you about GSLV Mark II. There are three types of GSLV. First is GSLV I, second is GSLV II, third is GSLV III. All of these have differences. So today I am going to explain you about GSLV Mk II. So firstly, you can see this is the launch pad. This is the cargo space. This is the first stage. This is a small booster. Second is the second stage. Third is the third stage, also called as the cargo bay. Next are the boosters. There are 1, 2, 3 and 4. These holes, as you can see, these holes are for these boosters. These boosters have these lines, so you can just put these like this. After this is done, you can put this red part in here. Next is the second stage. You can put it like this. Next is the third stage. You can put it like this. Also, you can set the cargo bay. Next is the payload, also cargo space. Now let's see how it launches. So firstly, it will be assembled and be taken out. Then slowly this launch pad will turn and go front and attach to the rocket. After from 100 countdown begins, it will slowly go back. When 1 will come, all of these 3 thrusters will on, sending it up. As some time it reaches out of the atmosphere, these 2 boosters will detach and head back to Earth. As these 3 thrusters are lifting the rocket in space, these 2 boosters will attach again and regain fuel. When both of them have 50%, they will head back to Earth. Instead of like this, they will be like this to protect them from the heat. There will be some heat shields. These will head back to Earth. These parts will be covered with heat shields. As these 3 thrusters are still lifting, 2 of them will detach and there will be only 1 thruster. As it goes, it will reach into low Earth orbit. All these 4 thrusters will be like this. Wait. As all of these 2 thrusters will be heading back to Earth, these 2 will be still heading back to Earth. As that time, this will blast off and all of these trackers will track all of the stages and land in the ocean. When these 2 will land on the ship, will also land on the ship. Meanwhile, this stage will detach and attach again for some time to regain fuel. When it's at 100%, it blasts off, leaving only one engine. As this engine also heads back to Earth, this will take its last thrust towards Moon. When it is orbiting, when it's like this, it will turn and again turn to its last thrust to the Moon. When it has its thrusters on, it will be heading to Moon, but after some time it will be at 50%. Then it will detach, and these engines, it will be like this and regain fuel if it is 60 or 70, it will give that much fuel to this part. As it is at 50, it will detach and on its thrusters again towards Earth. When it has landed, it will be on the ship. As 1 year has passed, it will be in the orbit of Moon, but it will be in a circular because the Moon station orbits like an moon for our Moon, also known as lunar. When it is orbiting, this stage will detach and attach again, because if it has 99% of fuel, it will give it to this part, or 70. If it has below 50, this part will give fuel to this. After that has happened, it will detach and head back to Earth. When it has landed back to Earth, just like that, after 5 days, it will still be orbiting. After some time, in midnight, it will blast off again to Mars. As it is blasting off, it will reach a speed that it will off its thrusters and go to Mars. When it's at 50 million kilometers, it will detach, attach again to give fuel to this part. Or after detached, this part will on and go. This engine will on its full thrust and head back to Moon, attach to the Moon station, regain fuel, detach and orbit it for some days, then blast off again to Earth. As it did land, the mission is done, but this hasn't landed. So after 1 month, its thrusters will on again and push it. In midnight, it will close again and give it a more powerful thrust. As it is wandering in space, these all parts will head back to land and be reused again. These all parts will be taken to the ISRO company. After this also heads to land, its front thrusters will on. If it's about to fall, the back thrusters will on and keep it still. After some time, these three floors are for different fueling for this cargo space. This part is for low Earth orbit. It will only fuel it till this white part of India. Second is the moon orbit, where it will be filled half. Third is the Mars orbit, where it will be fueled full. So if you see it on Mars, Moon or Earth, means first stage will be till white, second will be half, third will be full. So it is keeping on Mars. But this is still in space. So let's move on to this part. When these two are assembled, they will be taken to this hole that you can see. You can just push that in and the rocket stage will stay still over there. Then is the second stage. It will come on the same but on a different hole. Now next we will do the boosters. So they are refueling just for now. After some time they will be fueled full to get to Mars again. Next is this part. When its last thrust is on, it will put on its full thrust on, only leaving its fuel till low Earth orbit. When it has reached Mars atmosphere, it was like this. It would turn like this to protect it from the heat. As it is entering its atmosphere, its parachute will open and slow it down. If the wind is too much strong, the parachute could rip. So the thrust will be over here. That's why if the parachute gets ripped, the thrusters can on and land it safely. This part can be repeated many times only to build this part again and again. Now let's move on to the things of GSLV. So first, the technological specification. Payload to GTO is 25 kilograms. Payload to Leo, which is the moon of Jupiter, is 5,000 kgs. The third stage name is CUS. The second stage name is GS2. The first stage is GS1. The strap-on motors are these little boosters, which also help to lift off the whole rocket.